There should be 3 dots at the bottom.
More, yep.
Yeah, and more, and then it will say, go to...
Live on Facebook.
Live on Facebook, and then pick your page that you want to do it. All right, I see you now. Can you
See me?
Can you see me?
No, it's going live, so it's kicked off.
Okay. I'm gonna hang up on the phone here because I'm talking now. And then it looks like it's recording.
There you are. Hang on. I gotta get my volume up here. All right.
So it should give you the option to, when you put when you put more and then you put stream to Facebook, what happened after that?
It's right now syncing.
Okay, it's syncing.
Yeah.
All right.
Just it's spinning.
Sometimes,
It's thinking a little bit.
sometimes it spins a lot because you can. This is the problem. Are you on a Mac?
I am.
And then are you going through Safari or through Chrome?
Chrome.
Okay. What happens here? This is where it always trips me up where this happens. It's still loading, right?
Yeah. Do I need to go to Safari and start over?
No, it should be fine. Can you maybe, are you in the Zoom window or are you on the browser window?
Zoom window.
Click on the browser window.
Okay.
Chrome.
Your meeting is launching.
Okay. Is there something where you
start from your browser?
What's that?
If you can. Okay. Yeah. So this is for the meeting.
So you got to name the meeting and then you got to press go live from the browser.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try that then. Hold on.
You're got 2 people in there, so you want to just. I wonder how you got 2 in there now.
Because I've got 2. I bet you it's me and me. It is. So I'm doing the same thing on the screen now. Is why. That's not going to work. Let me actually. I'm going to leave the computer screen. I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, and then you can minimize. What happens is you minimize the browser, so you do it through the Zoom launch window, but you do have to press go live from the Zoom from the browser window, and you have to name it. But there you did it again though.
So I'm saying join the webinar from the browser window, but that's not what you want me to do.
No, it should be because when it was loading. Does it say that you're streaming live from Facebook yet or no?
No.
Here, do this. Close out your browser.
Okay. All right. Close
and
out.
Then just close out the browser, and then because I still see it open. The Akiba Green has 2 windows. You have the Zoom launch, and then you have the browser window. So close that browser window.
It is fully closed. Now,
so you must be on with another, maybe close out Safari. See if Safari's on there too.
No, that's weird. It didn't close it out. Let me, I'm going to remove that. No, don't want to do that. All right, let me go back in.
I've been through this 3 or 4 times. It's stressful. Yeah, but it's good. Once you get to learn how to do it, you can do it all the time now, which was great. And it will stream right to your Facebook page. So I think it's a matter of your Zoom window is launched, but your browser window is also in the meeting too. And I think you want to close that out.
All right, let me see here. So I'm going to see if this will work now.
Worst case scenario, Akiba, just start a meeting and then in Zoom, and it doesn't have to be webinar, and we just record it and then download the video and re-upload. Yeah.
We can figure this out though. It makes sense. So it says your meeting is launching. So okay, so here let me do this. All right. All right, there we go. This is what I'm getting here. Okay, when I try to go to the browser.
So That happens a lot, but it's already like if you open up the Zoom launch window, that's where it's already open. So I would click this, I would close this out, close this whole thing out. Yeah.
Everything. Okay, close it all out.
Yeah, close this the Chrome out.
Okay.
Because we're still open. You and I are still open, right?
Yes, we are.
And then can you go back to just stop sharing it for a second, just so I can see what it looks like without the share.
Okay.
Okay. So what I would recommend then is to open up the Chrome one more time and share it with me so we can see it. Okay, and now go to Zoom. And then go, actually, one second, Akiba. In the Chrome window, go back to the Chrome window, or not the Chrome window, the Zoom window.
Okay.
Okay. Now go to those 3 more buttons at the bottom again.
Yeah, live on Facebook again.
Yep, and then can you share your screen to show me what happens when you do that? All right, now, share it on your page you manage, press next, and then it should show you, if it does this properly, it should show you this, and once that loads, you have to name it and then press go live, and then you could minimize this browser window, and then, okay, so now, give it about 20 seconds. I think it's working. Give it about 20, 30 seconds. It should work. It's just syncing right now with Facebook. There's no other windows running at all, right? Or did you switch your cache to like close out like forget like all? Yeah.
No, that's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing else.
All right. Maybe go back up to Chrome settings in there. This is what other place up on the Chrome on the left. Up on the left in the preferences, yeah. And then scroll down more, and then go where you can clear out your history or go advanced.
Okay, all right.
Go down more, Akiba. Go to advanced settings a little more. Keep going. Go advanced.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and there should be where you can clear out the.
Got it.
Yeah, and do it for you. Got not last hour. You got to go like drop that down. Yeah, and then clear data. All right, and then. Now you're gonna have to relaunch it. So just close that out and close that out. Go back to the Zoom browser window. And then do those 3 buttons again. So on just the Zoom browser window.
Oh, I've got it. Yeah, it's doing it.
Not actually.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just go to the Zoom one. You just click on stop sharing.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Yep, got it.
Yeah, and now go in the bottom, the more. And then actually share your window one more time so we can see. All right, now, yeah, this should work. Hopefully this works now. Because for some reason it wasn't connecting with Facebook. Some other settings may have been. You have a bunch of different pages. Maybe that's why. Let's see if this works. Once this gets to the live streaming, you should be able to now name this. Once this happens,
it's already doing something different. It's giving me the waiting for Facebook. Yep, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So you just click on go live. I wouldn't even name it because sometimes that go live button goes away. Now it's going live. Now minimize this, and just go through the Zoom launch window, and we should be ready to go. There we go. It's webinar streaming live on Facebook. We're good to go.
Awesome, awesome. Hey guys. All right, so we should have everybody here. Dr. Joel Rosen, welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thanks, Akiba. Glad to be here.
So, you know a little something about genetics.
I've becoming a genetic nerd. I'm like Forrest Gump with shrimp. I can cook shrimp up in all these different ways. That's how I am with genetics. And I drive my daughter up and down the state for soccer tournaments, and then I would just listen to all of the Dr. Lynch webinars over and over and over and over again till it finally clicked. And now that's really what I do with my practice distantly, Akiba. I have patients from New Zealand and Singapore and Australia and Norway, and they heard about this thing called MTHFR, and they're suffering with a chronic health condition, and they need someone to help them put some of the puzzle pieces together to figure out what they're missing.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And you're their man. You're able to give them information. So tell me a little bit about what brings you here.
Yeah, so basically, Akiba, I've been bugging our buddy Dr. John Thomas for a while now because I always joke around. He's like I'm like a caveman, and he shows me fire for the first time when he explains genetics. And he knows this stuff inside out, and said, hey, John, we got to put a course together where we dispel a lot of the myths. Like people will say, well, I have an MTHFR problem. I take methylfolate and that's it, that's all. And I get off of folic acid and I still don't feel well. So what we wanted to do was put a course together where you could follow along and start to prioritize some of the most important SNPs that you don't know about that are brand new in a lot of ways. There's histamine SNPs. There is autophagy SNPs, which means how your body is able to cleanse itself. There are iron and copper metabolism or SNPs. There are sulfur and basically over 250 cellular processes in the body, Akiba, require proper methylation and energy production to be happening at the cellular level. So if it's not happening properly, then you can have people that have brain fog, focus concentration, autoimmunities, cancers, heart disease, mood disorders, anxieties, depressions, compulsions, addictions. A lot of people that have spectrum disorder kids, and they're at their wits' end. They're looking for a piece of the puzzle that, you know, taking supplements and being on an autoimmune protocol and getting off of gluten and dairy aren't cutting it. So now we've put together this 6-week program. It launches on April 2nd. And really, it's the nuts and bolts on, you know, Akiba, with patients that are super smart and they want to know how to fix this and they're looking to educate themselves. And it's sort of a follow along course where working one-on-one wasn't feasible for a lot of people financially. So we figured, how can we give people the most bang for the most buck? And so we put this 6-week program together.
That sounds really exciting, and it seems to be exactly what patients are looking for. Now, there's a lot of words that you've used in here, like SNPs and things like that, that some of the people who are watching, some of our fans, may not know what some of these terms are. When you go into this course, is this for the experienced person who's familiar with methylation or genetics, or is this from, you know, caveman up to rocket scientist?
Yeah, no, it's for the basic people that don't even know about it. Ideally, they do have a DNA report. So through Ancestry or DNA, and actually, if you were to order 23andMe, there's a couple of new ones that are on the market now. Dr. Lynch does have one, Strategy. But basically, if you were to order a Ancestry.com $59 on sale kit today till, I think it's till St. Patrick's Day, so you got to do it right away. Then by the time you get your kit and get your results back, usually about 6 weeks, the course will still be going because it's a 6-week course. But to answer your question, it's for the novice because really we explain what it means. We give really good analogies, like think of SNPs as basically those are mutations, and people get freaked out when they heard the word mutation. But the way I explain it, Akiba, is the way my mind works is I explain to them Imagine your body has to replicate enzymes that are responsible for energy production. It almost works like a computer programmer transcribes or makes a program, or better yet, it works the way that we process a credit card in the old days, where it would go in the machine and you would run the thing over it and then you'd create an impression. A SNP is when potentially it doesn't read it properly. So if mom passes you down a copy of her alteration of her DNA, it's called heterozygous, and it's one copy, or dad, mom or dad. If mom and dad pass you down an alteration of the copy, it's called homozygous. And really what that means is the credit card goes in there sideways and it can't read it properly. So it's not creating a transparency of the copy. And for someone that has both copies, usually 2, 3, or 4 good copies for every 10 that you do. Or someone that has one copy from mom or dad heterozygous, maybe 7 or 8 copies are good and 2 are bad. And that's a problem, because if you're not able to replicate that enzyme, and that enzyme was important for clearing out adrenaline or clearing out serotonin or repairing your DNA to be able to make cells or turn off the expression of a virus, then you're going to be that much more likely to develop that problem if you have the right or wrong circumstances. So to answer your question, yes, it's for the novice, but it's also for the person who has been doing a lot of work, but they're not quite putting the pieces together, and they've been misinformed. They've seen someone, I saw someone the other day that said they had the CBS copy, so they have a problem with sulfur and this, that, and the other. And they make all these conclusions now that I have a sulfur problem, I have a sulfur problem, I have a sulfur problem, but there's so many other enzymes. Dr. Thomas talks about MTHFR as being one gene in a genes of 23,000 different genes, kind of like the first introduction to the Harry Potter trilogy series and only reading the first couple pages and saying, okay, I know how this story ends. So it's not just for the novice, it's for the one that's really into it and have been doing it for quite some time, but yet they're still suffering, and they know, hey, there's something here that I'm missing out on, that I need someone who understands this to put the pieces together so I can go forward and do it myself.
Sure, absolutely. Now it'll be live streaming?
Yeah, so it's going to be live streaming. We wanted to do it that way versus just a recorded seminar, because then that makes it more interactive, Akiba. So it's going to be 6 weeks in a row. It's going to be 60 to 90 minutes on Tuesdays at 8:30 or 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then we follow it up on Thursdays at 8:30 for a live Q&A, so that all the attendees can have their questions answered in that time. And then we're including PDFs, follow-alongs, like what's the best test that I should ask my doctor about, or what kind of supplementation should I be looking at, or what do I need to do in terms of nutrition, what's better for me nutrition-wise if I have these SNPs or that SNP. So it's really simple to follow along with.
That's phenomenal. That sounds like a really, really great value for my patients, for our fans, for everybody that we have in our social circle. So we have a couple weeks left to sign up for it. That's right. And there's a link that we'll be able to give all of our patients and fans in order to sign up. Are you going to have options that go beyond the 6-week program as well?
So what it includes is, number one, we have 6 bonuses, and the bonuses are really valued at over $5,000. And basically, so the bonuses first are that Q&A, which we just talked about. We also have a couple of programs where Dr. Thomas, you submit your ancestry kit test to us, and then we give you a printout of the top 10 genes that you need to be considering, and here's the areas of interest you need to follow up on. Also a software 30-day trial to be able to have a shopping cart printout of, hey, based on your SNPs, here's what you need to do in terms of shopping lists that are best for you. But as far as any continuity programs, they get the recorded seminars. Not everyone can attend it on a Tuesday, so they're getting the actual recordings for that as well. We haven't designed any more programs now, but I think that we might be looking at like autism or spectrum disorders and sort of follow along courses. But right now, this is our basically our flagship program, and just want to give people the value with not overwhelming them too much as it already is overwhelming to them.
Absolutely. We have a lot of patients that have kids with PANS or PANDAS that are on the spectrum, and it's very confusing. You've got Dr. Amy Yasko, a lot of these docs that are out there that are really pioneers in helping with genetics, but the programs that they have are so overwhelming at times. There's got to be an easier way to help people understand what to do for themselves or for their children. It sounds like you'll be able to provide some of that information.
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, those are all pioneers, and you got to give, recognition to that. But I've found there's some contradicting information, when you put someone on a specific type of elimination diet, but then they find out, well, high histamine this, and then, low FODMAP that, autoimmune this, which one do I do? And a lot of the times, Akiba, people will say to us, are you going to put us on more supplementation? And I really think that my negative you probably have this too, where you have a negative balance. And what I mean by that is more often than not, the people that you work with have their own, pharmacy of supplements that they're taking, and your really goal is to get them off of 20 of them versus putting them on 3, 4, or 5 ones that they're missing, right? So they don't need all these different supplements that they're taking. They just need to specifically get the most important nutrient that they're not getting and eliminate all the ones that are, just too much already. So in that regards, because I know with Amy Yasko, not to say anything bad at all, because she is a pioneer, you don't treat the SNPs. So just because you have this SNP, there's a supplement for that SNP. You have this SNP. Next thing you know, you've gone through the whole pathway. You're on 30 different supplements, right? So really it's about controlling the stress response, understanding the most hierarchy in terms of the SNPs are the most impactful for that person. Because what is it that person's dealing with? What's your main problem? Like, do you have anxiety? Is it joint pains? Is it not being able to sleep? Do you crash in the middle? What are your specific findings? Not just a cookie cutter, hey, everyone says to take this because I have MTHFR, but it's not necessarily the most appropriate, most hierarchied nutrient that person needs. And so yes, the long answer to your question is that you're really giving them the specific, the higher valued protocol with less absolute amount of nutrients to have to take.
Absolutely. That sounds really exciting. Well, listen, I don't want to keep you too long. I know you're going to get a whole lot of time with our friends and patients and be able to teach them a ton, but I appreciate you coming on and telling us about the MTHFR crash course and letting us learn a little bit more about why we should be interested in our genetics and how we can use this to help better improve our health and the health of our loved ones. We're excited to be able to join you in April, and we'll get that link out to everybody, and excited to hear what you have to teach us.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Akiba. And just for your listeners too, just be aware that the actual course does retail at $695, but we're reaching out to a lot of the doctors that we know, like yourselves, so that you can provide value to your clientele. So it just launched on Tuesday the 12th. Actually, on Tuesday the 19th at 11:59 p.m. Is the deadline to still get in at $395. So starting on the 20th, it will go up to $495. And then the last Tuesday before, it's actually going to go up to $695. So the longer they wait, the more they're going to spend. So it's best to get in right away. And then also, because there is some manual work involved on those bonuses, to be able to provide with customized, top 10 reports, this is what we want you to do. And because we're doing the Q&As on Thursday, we want to answer as much questions as possible. We're not sure on how much we're capping it anyway. So just keep that in mind for your audience, that, hey, you can save $300 right now. There's no value you can place if you're missing 1 to 5 degrees off of where you need to be. You know that, Akiba, so close yet so far. They're not doing what they need to do. And we're really grateful that you're promoting this to your audience, and appreciate your support.
Absolutely. Well, listen, to be able to get 12 to 18 hours, listening to John and you, Joel. I mean, you guys are definitely pioneers. And at this point, I know you look at some of these other names, Lynch and Yasko, but you guys are the next generation coming right through and teaching. And it's a great opportunity. It's a great value, I think, and to be able to get the Q&As and all the bonuses. So definitely, we'll get it out to everybody. We'll let them know about it. And anybody who wants to learn and get involved in the MTHFR crash course, definitely look forward to hearing feedback from them and learning from you guys all.
Yeah, and I was just going to say thank you so much, Akiba. You're looking funky these days. You look like you got this cool swagger going on. I saw your Facebook Live the other, and I was like, this dude's looking really cool. I mean, I know you were cool before, but now you're more cool.
I appreciate it. We try to do what we can. You know, I got to keep it fresh. All these come in, you know, I don't just want to be that, you know, it's got to be a little bit something different, right?
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm giving you a thumbs up on that. I appreciate it, though. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Good talking to you.
All right, take care. Bye.